Hello, we are WE123 Group 17. I am Rohit-Delphine.
I'm Delphine Ho, and this is an overview of our image transmission project.
The project requirement was to use radio communication to relay an image to the best of our ability in 75 seconds. Since images could have been as large as 800 by 1200 pixels, a completely naive, lossless approach would have required sending 2,880,000 bytes, effectively impossible in our time limit.
Instead, we used two optimizations: image compression to reduce the number of bits actually being sent over, and modifying the provided AFSK modem to raise our transmission bitrate. We'll be talking about how each of us contributed to the project.
Large color and grayscale images were compressed using the properties of wavelets. These images were padded and separated into 64 by 64 blocks. Then we took the wavelet transforms of each block and thresholded for the topmost coefficients in magnitude. The resulting coefficients were shifted to non-negative values and then quantized to 5 bits. Exceptionally difficult images were downsampled by 2 before undergoing the above process. The bit string we sent allocates the first 10 bits for the height of the image and the next 11 for the width. Depending on the resulting width and height, the program chooses whether to interpret the remaining data as compressed or raw data. An additional bit tells whether the image was downsampled. The next few bits contain the shifts for each color channel as well as each quantization factor. The resulting string was zipped.
For black and white images, our main approach was to first binarize the image, apply a run length code to it, and then apply a Huffman code on top of that. The reason why we did this was because black and white images, like cartoons, often have a lot of white space, which means a lot of redundancy. Here's our algorithm applied on a sample cartoon image. As you can see, after binarizing the image, we have about 2 million bits that we need to send over. However, after we run length encode this, we're left with a little less than 200,000 bits. And finally, after we do a Huffman code on top of that, we're left with 110,000 bits.
The AFSK 1200 modem given in lab provides a rate of 1200 symbols per second. To improve this, we worked to improve the baud rate. This mostly required changing the 1200s to 2400s and editing filters accordingly. In particular, the mark and space frequencies were revised to 1800 Hz and 3000 Hz, respectively. Here is a demonstration of our grayscale images in action. First, I will run the receive cell, and then I will run the send cell. The image is now being sent over. Notice that the radios are red and green for send and receive, respectively. We now wait for roughly 75 seconds. The image has now been finished being sent. The recording thread has now stopped. All that remains is to do some post-processing to interpret the bits as actual image data. The post-processing is complete.